Hi everyone, Wyvern here, and today we're going to take a look at the game AI Wars 2. Now this has been out of early access for a week or so now, and a friend of mine said, you've got to try it, it's really good. I played AI Wars 1 a couple of years ago, maybe a little bit longer, and I'd found that pretty complicated. User interface was terrible, basically, and the only way I'd managed to get into the game was by following a guide. I think it was Kahuna's guide, and you know, sort of playing through it with a guide by my side and eventually figuring the game out. And once I had figured it out, it was, you know, a really enjoyable game. But yeah, I mean, boy, was it not intuitive. But I've been told that this sequel is much better. Really nice interface, much better presented. So we're going to find out if that's the case. So I'm quite, quite keen to get going and see what it's like. Now I've played through the tutorials. I've spent half an hour or so playing the beginning of the game just to get a feel for things, but beyond that, that's all I've done. So if you come into this video hoping to find out how to min-max and play the game to a high level, this probably isn't the video for you. If you are just interested in seeing how we come to grips with the game, explore it, see what it's like, and also have a decent challenge, because I'm not going to go with the easy difficulty settings, then perhaps this will be a video for you. Let's see what happens anyway. So we're going to select the custom start, and what we have here then is you know, sort of a chain of planets with hyperlanes between them. I think they're called warp gates, warp lanes, and we've got different options for choosing the map layout. So octopus, yeah, it's quite nice looking. You know, you sort of get these chains of planets going out. Some of these others though, I'm really not keen on. You know, they look a little bit don't know what the word is, a bit silly really, you know, not realistic, and the vast majority of in this list of options are like that. To be honest, the only two that I like are the look of are realistic and octopus. We're going to go with realistic. So other options we've got, you can increase or decrease the number of links between planets. I've sort of selected these and taken a visual look, and I find it very hard to see any real difference. I mean, this says it's fewer links, but you know, I go back to original and looks about the same to me. Select many links. Well, I'm not sure that's any more links. Looks like it's less links to me, so you know, not sure what's going on there. We're going to select original. Planet layout, really don't know what this does. It says planets are randomly distributed into one large circle, small circular. Okay, so it just changes the map. Okay, fair enough. So what do we want? So we had it on regular, which is the default. Big circle. Not sure I like that. Small circle. Might be okay. And we can randomize the map, so get different layouts. This doesn't look bad, does it? So we could advance through here and then choke off this section, either here and here, or move forward a bit. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll go with that. So we've got two more tabs up here, factions and options. So we can select the AI option. So when you create a profile, you select a colour. We went with orange and yellow. This AI default colour is a bit too close, so we're going to change that to red, and I think we will put a white border around it. That way the enemy ships will stand out a little bit more. We could add another AI faction. I'm not going to do that. You've got some more options here, so if we did add multiple factions, you could set them at civil war so they fight each other. You'd think that would make the game easier, but the tooltip here says it would make it much harder. Well, don't know. I'm not going to really look through these. I'm just going to go with the defaults. One thing I'm going to change though is the difficulty. So I'm going to leave the AI type at their defaults. I'm going to change the difficulty to 7. So if we look at this tooltip, that says that's the level that the developer plays at, and he wins about a third of the time, which would suggest that if we pick that, we're likely to lose. But we don't want an easy game, do we? No. So we're going to go with difficulty 7. I think I have a reasonable grasp for the game. Admittedly, it is only based on a very short play time of about 30 to 40 minutes. So we'll see. If we get overrun, we get overrun. Alright, we need to give it a campaign name. So let's call it Wyvern's Hideout. So if you haven't grasped what the game is about, essentially an AI entity empire has taken over the galaxy, and we are the last human standing. But this AI empire has got distracted, fighting some other interdimensional entity or whatever, and so it's not worried about us. It thinks we're insignificant. It'll send the odd raiders against us every now and then, but unless we piss it off, it's gonna mostly leave us alone. So the idea is that we don't piss it off too much, at least not to begin with. And the way that sort of the AI's attention is monitored is you have this AI progress score. So we set off at 10, and as we increase it, then the AI starts paying more and more attention to us and sending harder and harder fleets against us. Typically, if we conquer an AI system and destroy its command center there, we're going to get 20 AI progress points. So you can sort of calculate, take one system, it's going to go up by 20. But we don't have to take every system. So like this system here, Moravec, it's got an advanced research station, but we can send a fleet in there, we can hack the research station, perhaps just destroy any defensive structures in the system, and then get the hell out of there. So that's what we would do to Moravec. Planets that we are going to take would be like these that have got a transport flagship in grey. So these are things that we can salvage and recover. So we're going to want to take, is that Clinder? Yeah. We're going to want to take the planet of Clinder. We're going to want to take Varandal. We probably want to take this one as well at some point, but not straight away. So that's going to allow us to build more defensive structures. You can see it grants spider turrets, tractor array, but yeah, it's not as important as getting these 2 fleets. So we'll probably clear out this system apart from the command post on the way to taking these 2 systems, and we'll clear out this one as well. So this has got a technology vault, so we can hack that and gain the tech. We can, so I haven't played around with these. So this is an outguard beacon. So I think that what this is, that there's a number of other human enclaves out there, and this is a beacon that lets us communicate with one of them, and maybe we can get help then from that outpost. We'll have to see. Alright, so let's head back to our home system. So a few things we want to do. So we want to set up some defences, perhaps. Yeah, let's set up some defences, I'm thinking down here, so that anything incoming from these 2 warp points, we have a little bit of help to destroy. So we've got these turrets. So let's put, I'm not going to build all these defense, I'm not going to use all these turrets, because I might want to put some down on another planet, you know, if we conquer somewhere else. I'm going to put half of them. So these concussion turrets, they have a much larger range, so you see the circular radius. So we can put these back a little bit. Just going to make them in range of the warp points. Again, we'll just use half of them. I'm not going to defend against this warp point, because we'll just clear out this planet, and then, you know, nothing's going to attack us from up there. And we'll put down a couple of pike turrets. Okay, so that will do for the moment. Now, fleet-wise, we set off with a strike fleet. So this is a transport fleet, so like these husks that we see here. And if we just hover over it, we can see it has 4 ship types that it will build. And it will automatically build these ships until it hits 100%. We have a support fleet, which is basically a mobile factory. So we could send that, you know, keep it in range of the strike fleet, and it will help reinforce it. We've got a factory on the planet here as well, so this structure here. So as long as our fleet remains within 1 planet range, so i.e. either within this planet itself or one of its neighbours, that factory will also reinforce the fleet. And we have a mobile battle station, so Harem Guard. And we can move that around as well wherever we want. So I think we will, for now, just order that to head down and sit with our turrets. Now, the other thing we want to look at the beginning is tech, because we set off with 15,000 tech points. I'm not really sure what it's best to tech into at the start. The only thing I've read is that fusion tech is good at the beginning. So I'm going to trust that comment that I read and hope it's correct. And we're going to invest, I think, 3 levels into fusion tech. I'm going to put 1 level into engineering and 1 level into metal generation. Okay, so metal is required to build ships. We get a certain amount of income from our command stations and from these metal harvesters. And when we conquer planets, you know, the planet might have a few harvesters. Our main metal income is coming from our starting station, home command station. So this gives us 2,200 metal per second and 350 energy. So when we build structures and ships, they also use energy, which we have a finite amount of. When we conquer more planets and build more command stations, then yeah, we get more energy. So that's sort of a very quick overview. Yeah, we don't need to build anything else. We just need to set the time running, and we need our starting fleet to build up to full strength. And then we've got to choose where we're going to attack first. I think we will clear out our backyard here first, and then we'll come down to Clinder, because we can clear this out. We're going to leave the AI command center. We will destroy this warp gate. That's just going to raise AI progress by 5, and we'll destroy all of these fortifications, and then we don't need to worry about anything coming from Moravec. So that sounds like a good idea to me. So how's our fleet coming on? It's combat factory. So this is our transport fleet, and it's 55%, so it's still building up slowly. Oh, so the other thing we could have done to speed things up is build a couple of engineers. So let's do that. Or just no, build 2. Yeah. Okay, so how are we looking? So 85%. So with our fleet selected, if we press L, make sure I've got the fleet selected, press L, it will load all those ships into the transport, and that's what you want to do when you're moving your fleet around. So we're going to move down. Oh no, we said we were going to clear out the backyard, so we're going to go to Moravec. So if we press Control and right click, that's going to send it through the warp gate, and left click, Control and left click, it sends our view through. So we press U to unload, and then if we press V, that sends our ships on a, if we've got them, sends them on a sort of a hunter-seeker mode. So they'll go out and automatically hunt AIs once they've destroyed any that are already in range. So that's what we want. Now, the other thing we want to do in this system is we want to hack this advanced research station. And this is going to grant us another ship type to our fleet, or we could get 1500 science points. I want the ship type, so let's see what we can get. So we can pick basically one of these options. So parasites, so they can zombify enemy ships, and not 100% sure quite how that works, but I think that basically means you hack them and take over the ship and they become yours. I'm not sure whether it's permanent or just for a set amount of time. We've got an assault frigate. So that's good against high armoured targets by the looks of it. I'm thinking we'll go with the parasites. Let's just check these others. Ballistic cannon, gravitic cannon. I'm just going to pause a sec while we look through these. Or missiles. So we'll just go to our tech. So concussion, that's going to be missiles, I guess. I don't know what tech the parasites are going to be. So anyway, let's get back to here. I think we'll go with the parasites. Being able to take over enemy ships sounds good to me. So it's going to take 40 seconds to hack, and I think it's going to, and it will generate, you know, an AI response. So as that tooltip says, after this hack is complete, the AI will launch a counterattack against you. But even while the hack is going on, you know, this research station is, you know, spawning out, you know, defensive ships that I assume it has inside it, you know, so these are coming out to help defend it. And it's got quite a lot of defenders, hasn't it? But I'm hoping we'll be fine. So you can see we've got reinforcements coming in all the time from our home system, replacing our losses. And that hack's finished. So if we have a look at our fleet, so there, look, Murdoch is under attack. But anyway, let's just look at our fleet first. So we've got 34 Parasite Mark 1s now added to that fleet, so that's good. Alright, so if we click on this alert, that sends us to our home planet. So we've got some automatic defenders coming out of our combat factory. I think we're going to be fine. So I believe these numbers here are relative strengths, so we're strength 7, you know, they're under 0.7 now, so yeah, we're fine. Let's head back to here. So we just need this last station to be destroyed, and then we can move on to our next target. Do need to remember to destroy that warp gate. Okay, so let us select that lot, order them to destroy the warp gate. So these are our zombified ships. So I'm curious. I mean, they're running away, aren't they? Which suggests that, yeah, we don't keep them permanently. They're going back home. Okay, there we go. So let's order all those ships to reload on the transport. And then we need to look for our next target. Well, I think we're just going to head straight down to Corono, clear out this on the way. Get the ships out of the transport. So I mean, the transport is pretty tough, so it can survive for a while being shot at, but obviously when you're bringing it into a system to invade, you want to get your ships out quickly. So there they're running away. Good, good. So I'm going to tell them all to clear out this guard post first. And then we can head down south. So, okay, the warp gate's there, so we want to destroy that. There we go. What else have we got in this planet? So we've got the AI command station, just 4 guard posts. Yeah, so I mean there's nothing that we're interested in here. I mean, yeah, eventually we do want to conquer it, don't we? But not now. So yeah, we'll just let our fleet destroy these guard posts. And that's mostly because if we're, you know, if we've got reinforcements coming from our home base, say, to reinforce one of our fleets, we don't want them going through this system and then getting destroyed by these little guard posts. Okay, that's that done. So let's load up again. Oh, we haven't destroyed that. Let's just destroy that first. There we go. So you notice there the transport moves a lot faster than the ships that it carries. So we're going to, yeah, we're going to go through to Kalinda. And this planet we are going to conquer. So we'll just let our ships first of all clear out the defenders. This is our big prize, this transport flagship. So that's going to be able to build 50 concussion corvettes, V-wings, and fusion bombers. Excellent, because those are going to be Mark IV fusion bombers. So that's going to be a decent flagship to get. So it seems to be random what ship types you get on these derelicts, but that looks a pretty good combination to set off with. It's almost, is it the same as our starting fleet? Very similar. putting up quite a defence, but I think we're fine. So you can see this number going up and down. That's because we've got reinforcements coming in from our home system, because that's right next door. Okay, let's increase the tire a little bit. Okay, so it's looking good. I can probably order the fleet now to destroy the AI command station, and then we can build our own station. So we've got three options: an economic station, a logistical station, and a military station. And you just have different bonuses. So the economic station is geared to giving us lots more extra metal and energy. The military station, as the name implies, is more of a military base. So if you want to defend the system, that's the one to pick. And your logistic one is middle of the road. And that's probably the one we're going to build the most, I would guess. Because we're only going to build the economic one once we've fortified, a section of the galaxy. So for now, it's going to be a logistics station, and we are going to... Where are we going to build it? I think we're going to build it over here, because then we can put defensive turrets somewhere around here, which would defend against both of these warp points. So yeah, let's do that. So let's select our fleet again and load that lot up. And do we want to go anywhere? So these numbers here, 23, 16, with a question mark, are defensive strengths, basically the strength of the AI in that system. 23 is quite high. So if you see, we've got numbers against our fleets, 8, 13. So we're not really strong enough yet to attack that. So we're not going to do anything at the moment until we get that second fleet up and running. Now we've actually got that now. So as soon as that command station got built, then it claimed all of these harvesters, and it claimed the fleet. So I'm going to just press L just to load up all those units, and we've got to put down some defences now in here. First thing we want is a force field generator to cover our base. So we're going to put that there. Then, interesting. So we can only put 5 pike turrets here. I was thinking that, so if you remember when we were putting our turrets down in our home system, we only built half of our available turrets. I was thinking that was a global number. It looks like it's local to a system. So want to put our 5 pike turrets? I think we want them back here. Okay, that'll do. Now we've got some other defensive options. So focus gravity generator slows down enemy ships. So that's the sort of thing you might want to put, you know, near the warp gate, as long as you've got turrets in range that can, you know, fire on them. Done the force field generator. Could put down the second one. Cover the turrets, I suppose. Paralysis minefield. Cloaked explosive that detonates for low damage. Paralyzes the target. Tachyon arrays. So these reveal enemy cloaked ships. So we probably want one or two of those covering the warp gates. Thinking maybe one there and one there, one there. And then the final one, you've got tractor arrays. So they just stop enemy ships from moving, which is fine as long as you've got turrets in range. So what sort of range have they got? So you could put, say, a couple down there. That'll just give longer for the turrets to fire at any incoming ships. Realistically, if the enemy sends any sort of force against this planet, we're going to have to send a fleet back to defend it. This might just buy us a bit of time. Okay, so let's think about what we're going to do next. We've got one fleet. We want to, we want to attack this planet. So what's this? A Warden fleet base. Attack bonus if the target has mass of at least 5 TX. So I'm assuming what that means is it's really good against big targets and not so good against small ones. Anyway, so what we're going to need to do, because this is outside the reinforcement range of our capital, we want to bring our mobile factory into, well, actually it would be better to bring sit it in Clinder. The other thing we can do is we build a factory. Yeah, that's what we want to do. If we build a factory, we can sit it under the force field as well. So let's put it back there. And then, once that's finished, when we attack Varandal, it will reinforce our fleets. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Alright, Murdoch is getting attacked. So, let's have a look what's happening. Well, looks like it was over before we got there, so that's fine. So both our fleets are 100%. This number's still only 21, so let's head in here and unload our ships. So that looks a bit scary, doesn't it? All that firepower. So, spider turrets. Yeah, they're pretty nasty. So, our fleets seem to be holding up. Well, actually our home fleet's down to 70%. Did I not? I didn't set the second fleet on Hunter Seeker, so done that now. So these are what, reinforcements, I guess. 526 Stingray ships spawning on Clinder from Warpgate, Varandal. Where is... oh right, so that's the planet we took. Clinder is under attack. Alright. We need to get back to defend that. So... sorry guys, but we are going to have to retreat. So let's order those back inside the transports. And then we want to get back to Clinder. Where are we? Where are we? Alright, there we are. So come on guys, let's clear out these invaders. Okay. Load up again and back to the front line. That gave our ship, our fleet, a bit of time to reinforce as well, so not too bad. That's a huge amount of firepower coming in from up there. I think we will order our guys see if they can destroy those turrets. Okay, Clinder's getting attacked again. We need to destroy this base, don't we? Maybe that's what we should be targeting. Thing is, we're down to 60% on both fleets. And that's a huge number of ships coming in. Okay, we're going to withdraw again. Discretion and all that. So let's load up. So when you select, so when I sort of select everything and press L, it only seems to load up one fleet rather than both of them. It's a bit strange. So now you've got to explicitly select each one individually and then press the load. Or maybe I'm missing something here. Let's put the speed down again to normal. This. Don't know why these ships aren't loading. Anyway, I'm going to order those fleets back to Varandal. Okay. Okay, so this message here, science exhausted at Klinder. So when you conquer a system, there's a set amount of science available to it. I forget where it shows you. So I think it's yeah, I think it's on this screen. So I think we would see in that tooltip the remaining amount of science points. So here you see there, that's planet that's got 2,000 science points, 30 hacking points and 360 metal. So once you take a planet, then you gradually accumulate or mine those science points until they're all depleted. So if we go to tech, you know, we've got 4,750 science points now. So we can spend those on another tech if we want. I'm thinking that we will spend it on concussion. Because we've got, I think both fleets have some concussion based units. Concussion corvettes. Yeah. Can we get another level? We can. So let's do that. So we can build, so those fleets then will get upgraded to level 3 corvettes, and let's see, what else do we want to do? Well, I think we just want to go back here and make sure these invaders are destroyed. So there are a lot of them, but not very strong, so we're fine. Alright, let's load back up the fleets. So actually I'm going to try selecting them all again and press L. Alright, so they did all load. Yeah, so I don't understand what was going on in that other system. Maybe there were ships that were crippled. Maybe that was it. Something like that. Must be. I'm just going to let these build up to strength before we have another attempt. So it's down to 14 strength. They're are some enemies in Corona, so let's clear those out. So if we'd left those, they would have just carried on building up strength, and then eventually they would have attacked one of our two systems here. Alright, so those fleets looking okay. So we just need to reload. And then we can head through Varandal. Let's unload. Let's see if it's third time lucky. What I'm thinking is let us order them to attack this Warden fleet base, because we need to destroy that. I hope that's not a dumb idea. It's only taking a long time to get into range, so that's not great. And these guys aren't moving. No, so that's not working, is it? So these are locked in place by tractor beam, maybe? Or some other type of ship. Yeah, that's not working, so... It's starting to fire on the station, but we're not getting through the shield. So let's target some of these instead. Yeah, I think we're very much just locked in place, aren't we? That's the problem. So maybe if we... The problem is if we are locked in place, we're not going to be able to load up again. I'm thinking if we... Let's load up and then see if we can move the transports in. So let's let those load. I'm going to retreat again and get to full strength. Then we're going to send them down to Klinder to recover. But then what I'm thinking is when we fly the transports in, we will fly them right up here and unload up here in range and try and take out that base. Because these guys are just getting locked down by something. Okay, where are we? Okay, let us... So we've got an attack coming in on Klinder in 2.5 minutes. wait? I don't think so. We're going to go for it. We are going to go for it. And we are going to move our transports up here. And then unload. Unload and target this base. Oh yes, that's working. Well, it was. Why are these guys running away? Attack that base. Excellent. Yeah, that was definitely the tactic to do. Okay, so that's looking good. Hopefully we can clear out this system before Kalinda gets attacked. But I think we're going to pause here, so you can find out if we do get back to Kalinda in time in the next episode. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, then leave a comment, leave a like, and hopefully I'll catch you next time.